Ew. Hi, hello, this is Mitchell Davis. Welcome to another edition of Live, Love, Live. This is a very exciting episode. I've been asked to do this video for a while, so I'm gonna do it. Also, I dyed the top of my head blue. Dye your hair blue, shit, I'll do it too, you know? So before we get into the video, that's where we should be. Me and Taylor Heald, this is a huge collaboration between me and the artist who did all of this. I wouldn't say necessarily, I mean, he did draw it all and put it, I mean, he put the ink in my body. What am I trying to say? What we did is I showed him my sketchbooks, I told him a lot of my ideas, and these are the things that we made. I shouldn't have made a fart noise just then. Jeez, come on! I wanted it to go through a tattoo artist's eyes. I wanted it to go through Taylor's mind. Because I wanted to collaborate. I wanted to make sure that these things lasted and looked good and converted into the tattoo form of what it was. I didn't want them to turn into just like messy little blobs 5 years from now because we used too small of a needle or something like that. I think I'm just going to stand like right here. I have a list right in front of me with all the things that I'm going to show you. And I'm actually then just going to split screen and show all the tattoos over there because it's just too difficult to, you know, one-man band with a microphone. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm not that good. I'm that good. I could have done it. I'm just lazy and I didn't want to. I think also this aesthetically just looks nice, or I can keep referring back to just the side instead of being like, the one that's... We'll just go wrist to wrist, here to here. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, and honorable mention. This one was not done by Taylor. This weird little guy. It's a teardrop. It needs to be way touched up. Parties. So first off, we're looking at the outlet flower. Now this is my traditional tattoo, quote unquote. I told Taylor, I was like, dude, I want something that's just like, when you see it peeking out of a sleeve, you'd be like, oh, it's just a traditional rose tattoo, whatever. And then little do you know, bam, it's actually an outlet. I kind of just did this one on a whim. I really liked the sketch that he did. I would love to get the rest of my arm filled with just a field of all kinds of electronic plants. But I really like this one. Do you need some power? Oh my gosh, let me turn you on really quick. I know. I'm a kook. Did I break this? Hello? I should stop it. Number 2, the Future bust. Now, this one is a favorite of mine, near and dear, totally his hand, just my words. This was, again, what I'm talking about, this fun collaboration. And segue off this, if you're going to get a tattoo, I highly recommend getting a tattoo by someone that you like, someone that you can talk to, someone that you feel comfortable with, because it was just so fluid. It was just 2 artists working on one canvas, and that one canvas happened to be my body. And the art that we were doing is just pain. Okay, I'm off track. The Future bust. So this is a bust as if we found one and we actually found out, oh, this isn't from the past. This is from like a highly intelligent tech future that's already gone away that happened before us. I was thinking it's a big thing about time. Oh wow, Mitchell's playing with time again. It was so new that they just didn't understand it. And I kind of wanted to be androgynous, and I wanted it to feel very much the female's future. Also, if you haven't noticed, all of my tattoo work is in black. Look at this. He did such a good job making her look chrome. Female future leader that doesn't exist yet. I love the detail on the neck. Sure, I think that sums it up. I like this one. It also reminds me of someone, if that means anything. Ooh! Secrets. Number 3, the triangles. Let's talk about the triangles. Now, this is the only time that I am going to use both arms and jump because it's one tattoo, but it's collectively on both arms. Did you just hear my arm pop? The forever try, command the negative. So it's forever try, command the negative. It all started with Yacht, the band Yacht. They put out this beautiful manifesto that I just fucking vibed with so hard. And then, like, I feel like it felt like days later they put out this, like, tattoo policy if you'd like to join. And I was like, hell yeah. So I got a tattoo of a triangle, and then another one, and I wanted to get both, even though that wasn't part of their policy, so I already broke the policy instantly. But I love doing things like that because taking someone else's thing and kind of melting on my own bits and then adding a little bit of someone else's thing and then this and that, and all of a sudden you Frankenstein something else and it's yours. Hi, I'm Mitchell Davis. And I was really happy with them for a long, long time. And then one day I realized, ooh, I should get a little infinity sign underneath this and a little command sign over here because Yeah, I am forever trying on this side. Left-handed, primary. This is what I do everything with. But I have to command the negative. This hand, the one that doesn't do everything right all the time. It's a very yin and yang. I like the concept of good and bad. You know, black and white. Gray. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to off-white clothes so fucking much. Besides the fact that everybody's like hyped it up like a motherfucker. But I love this concept of the in-between. That it's not this, it's not that, it's there. Triangles, the triangles. What's the next thing? Number 4, the gold record. Ah, number 4, the gold record. Look at that. Those, you know what? No. Google the gold record. Google the gold record. There's so many good videos on. I'm not even going to sum it all up. I think there might be a whole episode of Drunk History on the gold record. It looks crazy to you, doesn't it? Google it, find out what that means. What is that? It's a really cool story. I love it. I think it's just super interesting. And I wanted to get it on me just in case I got shot into space and somebody found my body floating around. I may have given away too much. Little backstory, that was something I knew I wanted for a long time. And that was one of the ones where I was like, Taylor, don't you change it. You do it exactly how it looks. And he did it the closest he could. Thank you, Taylor. 5EYVs is I Feel Like Warhol tattoo. Check that out. Look at that arm. Wow, it's so pale and gross. This is a Kanye West inspired Andy Warhol themed tattoo. And I think it was his way of kind of saying like, I feel like multiple past artists doing things. He was referring to a lot of different Pablos in the world, good and bad, which again, I love. And I always, try to say that I'm the Andy Warhol of the internet. Just with a better sense of humor. Thought like this is the perfect weird collaboration, and I kind of feel like Andy Warhol would love Kanye West. This he's such a spectacle. He's such a thing to watch. That kind of concept of just like putting pop culture back in your face. So I just thought, okay, well, how would he interpret this tattoo? Okay, well then I'm just gonna take exactly what Kanye already did and just put my name on it and come back. Why did I do a fart noise again? Well, side plug, I guess, is the fact that on my Represent store, Wavy Dash, you can actually buy a shirt called the Tattoo Shirt, and it is this tattoo, but in its printed form, the form that if you were to frame it, how it would look. Yeah. I think you'll pick up on the Andy Warhol vibe. Or maybe you won't. Fuck it. Wasting time. I feel like I'm doing too much. Number 6 is simply just the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi symbol that you see on your iPhone. I just wanted to make sure that they were always on. It's important to me. Like, you need to have that stuff on. If I'm going to airdrop you something, for sure. Boop, boop. Number 7 is the 27 notches. Right here, I got 27 marks. What am I doing? It's next to it. I've always had a fascination with the Forever 27 concept. When I was a little kid, that was really old to me. I never saw myself going past 27. I'm past 27 right now, and whenever somebody asks how old I am, I always say 27 with extra innings, because I really feel like I broke some law that I wasn't supposed to be here. Again, this sounds like way too heavy. It's just 27 marks because I ate 27 cookies once. I told you this whole art thing was not a joke. I take it way too seriously. And that actually segues perfectly into number 8 because it's kind of part of number 8. I put it underneath number 8 on purpose, which is a little me being zapped up into a kind of music spaceship, YouTube play buttons. I wanted something kind of retro. I love Electric Light Orchestra. I wanted an ELO kind of inspired cover tattoo with me on it. And I have a little CD instead of a head. Oh, and the CD in my face is the only thing that has color. I got those notches underneath that one because I feel like that's the me that got zapped up. Now you're just hanging out with the lizard person that is left here. It's just got that vibe to it. Anytime I say it's like, oh, it's my ELO cover, people are like, oh, shit, yeah, I get it. Also, if you don't know who ELO is, Electric Light Orchestra, that's completely fine, because I didn't for a long time, too. And I highly recommend the album Time. That's my favorite. It's one of the reasons why they're the band. Oh, my God. Number 9, the Blackout Alien Smiley Face. I love aliens. I love all that kind of stuff. So I definitely wanted to get some sort of alien tattoo. It was just going to be the outline with the eyes colored in, just like kind of the face floating, and then last minute I was like, can we invert it? Fill it in and leave the eyes in the mouth. And So happy I did. I'm hoping that maybe my parents see it from somewhere in the sky and they're like, holy shit, that's our boy. I really want to get more tattoos like this that are just like really simple and just... That tattoo is... And if you don't know what I mean, then that makes sense as well. And then finally rounding out this arm is the Nike swoosh. Whatever. An homage to my love for logos. Logos. I love logos. I love a good logo. And the Nike swoosh, ever since I was a kid, it's like people had favorite superheroes when they were kids. I was like, no, I have a favorite logo. It's the Nike swoosh. I really like it a lot. I think it's beautiful. He made a few adjustments to it. He actually decided to do that, like filling it in kind of like a scribble mark. I love it so much. And that's my handwriting underneath. And there, like... as right before he put the stencil on my body, I wrote whatever in purple marker, and that was it. Am I gonna get sued now? Am I owned by Nike now? We are officially moving arms over here to the back of this one, the pineapple. And the pineapple is, it's a fruit. Doodled a lot of pineapples in my day. I've always thought it was a very beautiful looking fruit. And also SpongeBob SquarePants, and also Reddit, and also it just has so many different meanings, and that's why I liked it. And I thought, fuck it, I just want this on me. It was this or a strawberry. It was really, really close, but this one had more meanings, and a strawberry is just a strawberry, so yeah. Number 12, moving up the arm, kind of in symmetry with this, and it looks like that. This is kind of the Might See Hell tattoo in my mind. If you know anything about my artwork, you know that I doodle pyramids quite a bit, so I definitely wanted to implement pyramids somehow and some sort of geometry and kind of give it a Twin Peaksy vibe. I wanted it to feel a little weird, a little odd. I wanted it to be that tattoo that is just kind of like, what is this thing about? Because I wanted it to give you that feeling, because I feel like that's kind of what Might See Hell does. This is really one of those tattoos where Taylor was just like going through my sketchbook and noticed, like, I draw a lot of pyramids, I draw a lot of eyes, I draw a lot of these parts. And he was like, I'm going to put it all together and make one big tattoo. And I was like, perfect, cool. And when he showed that to me, I was just like, that's awesome. I'm in. Yeah, that's the weird, eerie stage that Might See Hell can perform on. I imagine it's really, really huge, and we're seeing it from far away. Number 13, it's a mouse cursor. It's the pointer. That's it. Number 14. Oh, do I love number 14. It is the Yin Yang Bugs Bunny. So this actually goes pretty deep. I've always felt a heavy bond with Bugs Bunny. This isn't something I talk about a lot. I don't talk about all these kind of things. I don't normally spill all my guts like this. I hope you're enjoying it. I've always really loved the dynamic of Bugs and Daffy, the straight man and the funny man. I've always really vibed with that. I always tell Jack too, Jack Ferry with Popcorn. I'm always like, you're my Daffy Duck, dude. I feel I have a big connection with Bugs Bunny, and I think it's because growing up I watched him, this character, do anything for a laugh. He would commit fully, full force. And then a while ago, I noticed RuPaul tweeting on Twitter, yeah, this is going there, where he was talking about Bugs Bunny dressing up as a woman being something that heavily influenced him growing up and making him feel more comfortable with all the things that he likes. And I remember going, I totally get that. He affected my comedy, and he affected a lot of people, and how he affected just the way that I think about comedy and the way that I will commit to something. Maybe this is the one I just can't figure out how to tell. And I'm also willing to see both sides like Chanel, you know what I'm saying? There's just so many layers to this tattoo. Number 15, my graveyard. A gravestone drawn by a 16-year-old. Yes, I've been making this since I was like 16 and in high school and all emo and stuff, but I loved this sketch. I would draw this on all kinds of things. This was one of the few where I told Taylor, I was like, don't make this any cooler. Leave this all janky and lame the way that I used to draw it, just so that I could keep it in this like kind of nostalgia. I really like it. It's just something that I used to doodle a lot when I thought something was lame and I thought it was like dying out and not being cool anymore. I would put that on it. And what's fun too is that then with a marker underneath it, I can still write things that are actually dying. So like right now, I could write like Snapchat. Number 16 is the 3 pixels, my cubes, my ice cubes. Again, he was flipping through my sketchbook. Notice I draw a lot of cubes, a lot of things like this. And so he decided to put 3 on me. And over the time that he was doing it, I realized, oh, these are just my 3 pixels. I'm debating constantly if I should fill them in with color, because there's a part of me that's like, wouldn't it look cool if it was also the same 3, yellow, red, blue? But I don't know. So that could happen. That one's potentially the one that I'm always like, it might not be done. I don't know. But for now, yeah, it's my 3 pixels. Number 17 is the wavy dash emoji. I've just always really liked that. There's a few emojis that I've always really liked. The CD emoji, which is why I got it on the head of the other tattoo. And then this one I just got by itself. It became the unofficial logo and then the name for the clothing line that I started on Represent. I really like this. Look, I like a good logo. I like a good swoosh. I like a good small something that says so much. And I don't know, something about that speaks to me. Number 18, this one is a big boy. This is one of my favies. This is my Frank Ocean tattoo. Yeah, I said it. The spiral stair column. So I don't know how many of you are aware. I've always loved columns for a long, long time. So I wanted to get a column somewhere tattooed on me. And I also really, really, really loved the album Endless by Frank Ocean. And he's talked a little bit about this project, The Recluse That Is Frank Ocean, and it was a big project about waiting and about patience. I loved it. I fell in love with it. I think it's such a smart project, and it's literally just a video of himself working with himself, overlapped with each other, building a spiral staircase to nowhere. I was already really on board with Frank's music with Channel Orange, and then when he put out Blonde, I was just like, this whole concept, I can't handle this. And then when Endless, this other thing that was just like equally, if not better, in my opinion, I loved it. And there's all kinds of logos and beautiful elements, and I thought about picking one of those and just getting that, but again, then talking with Taylor, I realized, no, I want something that's like, it's an original, it's my interpretation, and we also decided to implement the column inside of it so that it's my staircase. Song Higgs, Rush 2. Holy shit, this took way too long. Number 19. Look at that. Love you. Grandma and Grandpa. Now, do you want me to just say like, that's so cute? Or do you want me to tell you the story behind it? Because again, I'm going to ramble. It's going to be like the Bugs Bunny thing. You're going to be like, oh no, Mitchell's spilling the beans. This is stuff I didn't know. Okay. But I give you a choice. So this was inside of a card that was sent to me by my grandparents now that I'm living in Los Angeles. When I got it, I noticed that the handwriting changed in the second part where it says, love you, Grandma and Grandpa. And I noticed the G's looked different. And I asked my grandmother, what was this? Why was this so different than all the other cards that you guys just gave me where it just always looks the same? My grandfather has had some health issues, he's had a stroke, and he forgot how to read and write, and then he got to relearn it. And I was with him the whole time. We were hanging out. I feel like it's honestly something that happened that distanced some of the family from him, and it brought me and him together. We became kind of like brothers in a weird way. I loved talking to him, and I still do. I loved chatting with Leon. Leon's the best. I mean, Ling Ling is so cool. I was just so smitten and in love with the idea that he requested for my grandma from Juanita that he was like, can I write Grandpa myself? And it's not even that different. It's not even that different, but it's just, to me, I know the whole thing about it, and it's so sweet because it's my grandma's handwriting, it's his handwriting, and it's them. It just meant so much to me, and I love those two people more than anything in the world, and I hope that they know that. So I had to get it tattooed. Shit. This is getting way too deep. Those are my tattoos. This has been my tattoo tour. Don't forget that I got blue hair. So there you go. That's the tattoo tour. Boom. I got a lot more than I thought I did. That took a long time. Holy sheesh. Like the video if you like it. Go become a patron. I'm trying to hit 500 YouTuber. Do you guys know there's 2 Logan brothers? That's fucking crazy. They're going to dab themselves to death. In the comments section, tell me your favorite tattoo or anything at all. Whatever. Logo. I'm just now realizing the amount of ink that's floating around in my body. I might